Hey everybody, welcome back to Durbins Bourbon. I'm Joe.
And I'm Josh.
We're going to be doing a review of good old, regular, plain old bourbon, Maker's Mark, just the regular standard Maker's Mark, not the cask strength, not the Maker's 46, just Maker's, plain old Maker's. While Josh is pouring, Maker's has been around for a long time. It is out of Loretto, Kentucky. Loretto. It's coming in.
Loretto.
It's coming in at, what is it? 45% ABV. It is a. It's a great wheated bourbon. They've been making this for quite some time. I think since the 50s they came out. When bourbon was at an all-time low. Makers was still sticking to their guns and making a good quality bourbon, but it was a little more expensive even back in the day.
Don't they put it into the barrel lower proof than most bourbons too? I thought I read somewhere. Like, it's not the 120 proof, it's like
Right.
108 or something like
115
that.
or something.
Is that what it is?
I think it might be.
Totally wrong, but
it may be.
I think it was Makers.
They might do.
And they stuck to it through all
right. They didn't change it.
Yeah.
Which, that's good too. They
It's
know what
supposed to
works, so
be-
they do it.
I think if you put it in lower proof, you get more flavor or something like that.
I can't remember.
I'm totally talking out of my not knowledgeable self. I have no idea if that's true, but I thought I read that somewhere.
I think they do. Their entry proof going in the barrel is lower than the 120.
Yeah, but it had something to do with flavor, so
It does. It does. I think you're
I'm
right.
somewhat right on that.
I think you are.
Whatever bourbon does that, but I thought it was Makers.
I think you might be correct. They make a great product. They are one of the warehouses that they constantly rotate their barrels. They'll put them on the warehouse at the top of the rack house, and then throughout the seasons as it needs, they are constantly rotating their barrels so that all of the barrels age similarly. And that way when they dump them, because they're a batch bourbon, it all tastes the same. So you're not going to have some really oaky ones at the top and some really mellow, sweet ones at the bottom. All the barrels keep a consistent rotation, so that way their product is consistent. So
Interesting.
yeah, that's pretty neat. That's a lot of work, rotating barrels in all the warehouses like they do. And then
Kind of
when
a
they get
fun
close,
job.
it would be. I know. Then they bring them to the main facility, and then they finish them out, and then dump them, and they're a batch bourbon.
A lot of sweetness.
It is. You can tell.
Yeah.
The wheaters have such a neat nose to them, but this one has a different wheated nose to me than the mash bills from like Weller.
Yeah.
Weller has that higher vanilla. Maker's Mark uses a red winter wheat. I don't know what kind of wheat Weller is using for their bourbons.
It's, to me, it's definitely vanilla, but I feel like it smells like caramel taste, like the soft little candy caramels.
Yep.
More of that than the Weller.
Yeah. It is a very soft nose, though. It's a
Yeah.
Maker's is such a great bourbon. I mean, gosh.
I almost feel like you can smell the wheat.
Yeah. Yeah, it is. It's
A little bit
vanilla.
of the char, a little bit, but not much.
It's got a real candied. Maker's is, I know because my barrel just came due this year.
Like 8 years or something.
And it is 7 to 8 years is when, and they don't have a set year. Maker's goes by flavor profile. When it matches the profile of the standard that they use, they barrel it, be it 7 years or be it 8.5 or whatever. When it hits their flavor profile, they're done. They're going to barrel it. So that's how they get to their taste profile. But it's an 7 to 8 year bourbon.
Really nice, soft, sweet nose, I would say.
It is. That's, orange, that orange peel. That's
sure.
that orange rind peel that you get with the sweet.
I wonder if because we use it so much in like old fashions and stuff
Maybe.
too. And get like
it blends really
it all
well.
smells like old fashioned.
It does. It makes a great old fashioned. It really does. It blends well with the orange rind that you zest into it and stuff. It's readily accessible. A fifth of Makers is what, 26, 28
I think
bucks?
it's 35.
Is it really?
I think so. I think it's at least 30
for the Makers. Okay.
Because Makers and like Knob Creek and those ones are usually around the same price.
Okay. So it's
pretty sure. Maybe it may.
Maybe
I'm thinking Makers 46 because that's 30.
That's higher, 38.
Maybe that's what I'm thinking about.
Maybe. Yeah.
Once again, my information.
I think it's under 30 for Makers. I'm pretty sure.
Ferocious, if you will. Gosh, your dogs.
Yeah, they're a little rough.
They got some gas problems right now. And it's
a high protein diet.
I'm nosing burning tire, burnt hair.
That's rough. Oh, gosh. Came down to make a little visit and then leave.
No, it's right there. He's just aiming at me. All right.
Cheers.
Maybe I'll get
Cheers, everybody.
Cheers.
We hope you're drinking with us. Enjoy your
not.
whiskey. I mean, it's a great time to do it. You can taste that. You can taste the wheat, and you can taste the alcohol actually, and a little bit of
buttery vanilla. I get caramel.
It's a little hot. I
did not get that. Like hot, like alcohol. Mm-hmm. Alcohol.
45%. So what is that?
90 proof.
90 proof.
Normal,
so it's a good, decent, regular strength. I do love Makers. Man,
it's good. Man, for the price too, it's like there's so many bourbons that are just good. The price is reasonable, but then we always want these ones that they purposely make in short supply, like the Wellers. Just like, and you can't get it, but these are still good.
Yep. It's definitely it's different than Larceny though.
For sure.
It's a and they're both wheated bourbons, but I think having the different type of wheat makes a difference. Red winter wheat as opposed to like your regular wheat, or there's probably so many different types. It's a great whiskey though.
Yeah, I never really. It's good.
It is.
It's been around forever too. I like that.
It has.
It's kind of cool.
It hasn't changed.
And they keep their everything the same. The way they hand dip in the bottle. It's got a little that nostalgia to it.
It does, and the label's still the same, and the distillery is very personable, and it's really homey.
You've been there.
It's very homey. It's a really neat place.
Homey.
Great whiskey. Highly recommended.
Yes,
easily accessible. It's not one of the unavailable whiskeys that we tend to review because we do like them. They're fun, but everybody can get this.
Yeah, should always be in your collection.
Makes a great whiskey sour. Makes a great old fashioned.
Have we ever done a mint julep with it?
Oh yeah, I've made several mint juleps with the Makers. It just pairs really well. It's a strong bourbon. It has a good body to it, so it can withstand when you add bitters and stuff in your mixed cocktails. It can withstand it. So it's a good strong bourbon, even though it's a wheater. It can take it can take the mixers really well. So if you're out there during Kentucky Derby, which we're a ways away, but make some mint juleps with them. They go well. Whiskey sours. Also.
Delicious.
I think that about wraps this up.
Yeah, it's good bourbon. Go buy it if you don't have it.
Yep, add it.
If you're, I think it's a good one too. If you don't really know what to get, it's a good one to pick up. If you're not really kind of new to bourbon, I guess. Yeah,
it is. Most people know the label. If you've heard about it, Maker's Mark. I mean, bourbons, even people that aren't whiskey people are going to have heard Maker's Mark. So if you're going to a party or something, you're not breaking the bank. It's a great one to take.
It's a well-made bourbon for sure.
Yeah, it is.
You can just tell by the nose.
Mm-hmm. I enjoy it. It's a good sipper.
Mm-hmm.
We didn't add any water, but it's not going to make a...
No, I don't have the water dropper anyways.
We don't have it out.
Sometimes that happens.
It does.
Unprepared.
Everybody out there, we appreciate you guys watching and following our channel. We love it. The comments are great. Suggestions are great. We appreciate it.
We do appreciate
it. I was about ready to step into my old accent here and start talking funny. But
talk weird.
Yeah. But as always, enjoy your whiskeys and bourbons
any way you like.
Cheers, everybody.
Cheers.